flip man. It's the flip man. Flip man, flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Good afternoon and welcome to today's live stream, April 28th. My name is Ty, aka the Flip Man. I have Torian here from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm in Birmingham, Alabama. And today's topic, what to do if you have a wholesale deal but no buyers, is today's topic. So we'll get into that in a moment. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Starting to warm up more. It's already been warm a minute, but starting to warm up more. My favorite time of the year. Can't get hot enough. So make sure, if you will, announce where you're located. That would help us out tremendously. The city and state, just the state. And we'll move forward from there. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Tap the little bell so you are alerted whenever we do go live and when we upload new content. Also following all the other places on social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, X. It's all of the normal places. So what we got, Tori?
Well, Gemini Ways is checking in. Welcome. Ricky Hughes said, hello, everyone. Lionel Jackson is saying hello from Baltimore. Gary Rawls said, morning, y'alls. You got Karen, but who am I? Adam, was this Adam? Aden Costello. It's my morning from Chicago. So welcome from Chicago. Charlotte P says, hi, everyone. And Karen S is saying she says she likes the new shirt, like the color, and she's in Atlanta, Georgia. As well as, but who am I? Said he's in Eugene, Oregon.
Eugene Pruitt.
And Gary Ross says, can we comp? And this is a Bronx, New York. Seller wants $650. I was going to offer $450, or am I in the ballpark? You got Alexander S is saying, what up, Flip Fam, from Charlotte, North Carolina. Day is checking in once again. Hey, guys. And Alonzo Lindsay is from Linville, Alabama. I've never seen that city before. Linville, Alabama. Lineville.
Yeah.
Okay. And Anita Nesbitt, thanks for checking back in. Anita's saying, hey, from Savannah, I'm assuming Georgia. And Charlotte P is in LA, California. So, I guess that's the next one up is the pumping this property in, I'm assuming the Bronx, New York.
Okay.
Taylor Avenue. Let me see.
Chicago.
Every team Chicago is checking in from Galesburg, Illinois.
What's the address?
This is 733 Taylor Avenue. That's in Bronx, New York.
Some of the best cooking you ever had.
And he's saying the seller wants $650, and he's thinking about offering $450.
All right, Taylor Avenue. I know this is not the same address, but I'm gonna pull it up anyway. So what do we get here? We didn't get a value on Redfin. Did we get a value here? 699, 761. So we're in that ballpark, of course. We just took what's the name approach. Yep, it'll be around. I'm gonna say the value of it is probably about 7.
Your mic is going in and out, Ty, for some reason.
Testing.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So yeah, that'll be probably a good range.
420 or
yeah, that would probably be a good range. Now, well, let's do it now. If I did it based on what he's asking, right, then it's going to be even lower than that. It's going to be, I would just say 400.
400.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The offer.
That's,
for Gary.
So between 440 to 450 will be good. Basically, what I'm saying. So, got a lot of room there. Play good.
And Michelle Simmons.
So let's do this. This sort of goes into our topic a little bit. So let me grab the address. So let me see. Some of the best cooking. Wow. Not a ton of activity right by it, which is interesting. So, yeah, like it was right on the head. So we got 460 right there. How big is our property? Ours is 1923. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we're in that range. So yeah, 400 to 450 would be a good number.
All right. Be a lot of room to make some bread. Michelle Simmons is checking in. Happy Monday, everyone. Checking in from Maryland. That's Michelle Simmons from Legacy 3 Enterprise. And Charlotte P has a question. Do you have an offer letter for land that you can provide?
I don't. I haven't done direct mail before for land. But it's simple, guys. Let me just show you real quick how you can do something like that. Yeah, let's see here. Let me stop sharing. All right, so what we'll do here, let me share this tab here so we can hear. All right. All right, create a letter to targeting landowners to purchase, but with the context of similar to maybe the opening script that I used on a cold call is, hello, John. I have a huge problem I think your property can help me solve. I have more eager investors ready to buy similar properties in the area than I have to offer them. And your property caught our eye, and we'll go with the rest of it, blah, 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 and contact information or whatever. So create first create a letter that could be sent, and then we'll do a postcard version.
Absolutely. Here's a draft for the letter. Hello, landowner's name. I'm Ty, and I believe your property might be the perfect solution to a pressing need I have. I work with a group of eager investors who are actively seeking properties just like yours in this area. Your property caught our attention because of its potential and location. We're interested in discussing a possible purchase and would love to explore the opportunity of acquiring a portion of your land. If you're open to this, let's chat further about how we can make this a win-win situation. Please reach out to me at your earliest convenience. I look forward to discussing this opportunity with you. Thank you for your time. Best regards, Ty, at your contact information.
All right, let's do a postcard version so I know it has to be a lot shorter. Go to the room.
Got it. Here's a concise postcard version. Hi. Hello, landowner's name. I have eager investors looking for properties like yours. Hello. I believe your land could solve a big need. If you're open to selling a portion, let's talk. Contact me, Ty, your phone number, your email.
Okay, now we would want to move the portion. We're just identifying a property. I think you may be getting confused with my memory here. So we don't want to just say a portion. We're just identifying the property or whatever. Maybe we would include the acres. We'll just say 28 acres. That's what the property is. So we'll just say that. So if you could edit the letter first, and then we'll do the postcard.
Got it. Here's the revised letter. Hello, landowner's name. I'm Ty, and I believe your 28-acre property might be the perfect solution to a pressing need I have. I work with a group of eager investors who are actively seeking properties like yours in this area. Your property caught our eye because of its potential and location. We're interested in discussing a possible purchase and would love to explore this opportunity with you. If you're open to it, let's chat further about how we can make this a win-win situation. I look forward to discussing this opportunity with you. Thank you for your time. Best regards, Ty, at your contact information. Front. Hi, landowner's name. I have eager investors looking for properties like yours, 28 acres. Hello, landowner's name. I have eager investors looking for properties like yours, 28 acres. If you're open to it, let's chat further about how we can make this a win-win situation.
Okay. All right. I think you get the gist of it, guys. On what you can use a tool similar to ChatGPT to do that. Now you can do the same thing with Gemini. I don't think it has that straight out conversational piece, but you can tell it what you want verbally, and it'll spit it out and read it back to you. But you have to select the words. The ChatGPT, what they call it, advanced voice, will just have a conversation with you. But that's how simple it is to get something done like that right now with AI.
Yeah, because it'll actually create a letter for you. And ChatGPT is, to my knowledge, is free now. I mean, not the advanced voice, but you can ask it questions and it'll create.
Oh yeah. I've been doing that from the jump, so they can always do that. If they type it in, you can still use the voice. It's just not the advanced voice where you can like interrupt it and all that stuff or whatever. So
and basically what you're saying is the offer letter that we're using for houses can't be adapted for the land.
Well, yeah, it can.
So either way, Charlotte, get you in there. Hopefully that helps. Lily Davids Adams, tapping in from Vegas, and welcome to the lives. My first time seeing you here. This is what Lily is saying. I'm completely new and I have no experience. I do understand the concept. Can the flip man or the other guy that's speaking JV with me on a deal so I can get me and my family off the streets? And I'm very serious.
Well, yeah, Lily. One of the things you can do is you could take advantage of. Do we even have a banker for that? Take advantage of the training we call KISS, because I push it because it can produce results, mainly because it allows you to take action, and it won't cost you anything to take action. You're leveraging all the properties that are listed. You just have to know how to go about it, and so you just have to be dedicated to it. It's not something not going to happen immediately, like most of this doesn't for most people. But you're going to have to be just dedicated to it for a few months. Hopefully it'll happen in the first week that you do it. But I'm just trying to set the right expectations for it. Now that's one method. Anything else is going to pretty much cost money. Even if you're driving for dollars, it still costs gas money to do it or whatever. This is one of the few ways that I know of outside of, you could network and just co-wholesale deals, build a buyer's list first through networking, through Facebook groups or whatever, and then reaching out to other wholesalers to see if you can match them up with a potential buyer. So you could do it that way also. But as far as partnering with us, just, you follow the instructions in that training. It's scrolling down here at the bottom. If you text the word KISS to 205-964-5243, that'll get you going in the right direction.
Boom. Gemini Ways, FISBOs, do they apply? But she's asking, do you apply KISS to FISBOs as well? I'm thinking they're more upset than agents.
Yeah. They're going to. That's why, like, I had a student reach out to me today. The agent said it was an insult, and I may be wrong, but from the tone, seems like he was really disappointed he got that response. And so I tried to set the foundation for you. If your feelings hurt with that, it'll get worse when you're dealing directly with the owners. That, a lot of agents still won't be professional, but a lot of them not going to be as bad as the owners are going to be. And so it's somewhat like a buffer if you're going to look at it in a positive way. But FISBO, so that's the owner. So they're going to be very, hey, you get out, you're going to get it. The offers that we're going to make, the aggressive offers that are going to be made, they may call it low ball. You're going to get some interesting replies and answers.
Replies.
Yeah. Very careful, So you have to just understand, guys. I would love for everybody that you call that it will be a deal. It's the flip flop of that. The majority of the people that you reach out to, I don't care what it is. I don't care what type of real estate it is. They're not going to give it to you at most people, not all. Most people are not going to give it to you at a price that matters. That's why I just pound leads, because you need a lot of them to get the deals. You all that have tried, been doing this for a minute, whether successfully or not, if you don't probably get that, you get nothing else. You get that part of it. That I have to talk to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Just property owners, but the great thing about it is an endless supply of it, right? And so it's all about timing, building up a snowball of offers, and some of those are going to bear fruit, and bear fruit quickly if you do your part, because life is a wonderful thing when it comes to producing what wasn't a motivated seller. In terms of life will turn them into a motivated seller. But the only way that happens that you get reached back out to or through your own personal follow-up is that the initial offer was made, right? On the follow-up side of which is where most of the money is made on follow-ups. That initial conversation, we would love for that to be the game. And sometimes it will, you can do really well that way too, but most of the money is made on follow-up.
And something that I was thinking about while you were saying that is that when you initially started out and you did Bandit Signs, those sellers are already interested. They want to sell, but you invested money up front to do that. Same thing with pay per lead. But when you're doing it the freeway, you're gonna go through a lot of people that are just not interested. It's just gonna happen.
Yeah. You may with Bandit Signs, you may get to you'll normally get to a deal faster. But it has its negatives also, because it can be very effective again, but it has its negatives in the sense that you can spend all weekend, put out 100, 150 signs, and you go back out there Monday morning, drive by a few of them throughout that week and see like literally all of them are down. Asking me how I know. Right? So if you're going to do it, there is a method to the madness. As simple as it is, you still need to be about it in the form of a process if you're going to do Bandit Signs. But they can be very, very effective, because like Torian said, they see the message, we buy houses. They see your phone number and they call or text you. They already want to sell. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, So it's a different conversation now. It doesn't mean they want to sell at a price that makes sense, but it's just a different conversation. It just is, because a lot of times when people call those numbers, they already know it means I'm going to sell at a discount. Still may not be a discount as much as you need it to be, but it's just different just dealing with them on that level. It just is. It can be like I said, a very, very effective way to generate leads and make just an unbelievable amount of money. Now you'll get all kind of calls. Now people call you, do you rent houses? You'll have contractors calling you, do you need someone to do any work on your houses? You'll have lawn care calling you. You'll have local government calling you.
Yes.
I've had the sheriff department call me before, but he called me laughing. He said, "Man, please come out here and take these." It's like they gonna worry me to death, man. So, you're gonna have angry people in the neighborhood calling you. You're gonna have real estate agents calling you, good and bad though. Sometimes they'll call you, see if they can, do some business with them. Then sometimes they'll call and say, "Hey, this is illegal, blah blah blah," or whatever. So you're gonna get an array of things, but the main thing is you're still gonna have people that own property to call you. You'll have people call you, and before I got into land, I had people call me for years and say, "Hey, do you all buy land also?" No, we don't do that.
Right. Yeah.
Just ignorant. My first name should start with an I. Like just ignorant. No, we don't do that. We're not interested in that.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Well, you learn more, you do better. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it works.
Yeah, that's what we try to do. Yeah.
Lincoln said, "Good morning, gentlemen, from Houston, Texas. Welcome from Houston." Charlotte P was saying, "Thank you. But who am I?" I said, "The other guy is crazy." Yeah, but if this person is new, they don't know who I am. That's fine. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. Clayton Badu. Good afternoon, guys. My question is, with split and flip land, does it have to only contain road frontage? What are the exact criteria?
Yeah, one of the biggest things when you're looking at a parcel of land, the easier it is to subdivide, even though that one may not be what we'll do, but it just makes it more attractive to more buyers when it has some flexibility on what they can do with it. So road access is one thing, but road frontage let me just say this. Now, knowing if it has a house, if it has a house, it's going to have road access, right? But it may not. It may have very little or no road frontage. That's very possible. But the more road frontage it has, it makes it more attractive, potentially more valuable, also possibly of what can be done with it without an immense expense. Because something can have road access if you're willing to put or may have road access or a driveway in some cases. Then if someone wants to spend the money, they could. If it were allowed to go through that process of placing a road throughout the property. But ideally, if you can get just automatic road frontage and a bunch of it straddled out across the property, it makes it a lot more attractive. It just does.
And Jaleesa is saying, first of all, let's say Lily thanks. Jaleesa J, I think I've seen you here before. Welcome back to live. Hey guys, happy Monday. And looks like she has a question. How would we calculate houses that you can tell have some work done, but they may have run out of money so that the property still needs work?
Oh, the same thing. You're going to if you're talking about stuff that you may see listed that appears that they started some work and they ran out of money, you're just going to make the offer normal as you normally would on the KISS method. Is what you're going to do. If you're not familiar with that, text the word KISS 205-964-5243, and that free training will walk you through it.
All right. And Gemini Way said that's why I'm trying to get my nerves up to reach out to Fizbo they want to sell. Uh, yes. The Wake Up TV. Welcome to the lives. My first time seeing you here. Yo, get Daniel and at back from Hive Mind. No, okay. He's talking about Hive Mind.
Oh yeah. Which I'm cool with them, but you know, as a group, they went their separate ways on it or whatever. He's saying he wants more of that content, is what he's saying.
I think that's what he's saying. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And Lincoln wants to know, is there a training for bandit signs? Here in Houston, I see bandit signs that are anchored in the ground. Would zip ties be better? And what locations would you place these bandit signs?
Yeah, I have an old video, and it's still going to be relative. Ain't like nothing really changed in that at all. If you do Flip Man and Bandit Signs, that video will go into detail on at least my way of doing it, you know. But yeah, you can check out that video there.
Just putting in, you said Flip Man and
Flip Man and Bandit Signs, yeah.
Google, okay. Well, you're saying YouTube or Google?
YouTube.
Oh, okay. And Gemini Wasting, that's crazy that you was telling people we don't buy land.
I thought it was a gem, and I was, yeah. It was like, I guess.
And you know, the people that's been buying land for years, of course, you know, but they haven't been teaching it as much as they are recently, I think, you know.
Well, you know,
Ron LeGrand, does he teach land?
I think he does now.
He does now.
And I think he mentions it. I don't remember, but I think he mentioned it in the little training, you know, not little training, the training that I had, but it's not working. The training that I had, but I still didn't. You know, it never clicked for me. Let me just say that. Right. And it never was presented to me like when I had the initial conversation with the lady that introduced it to me. You know, she went into some great detail. You know, first she got my attention with some of the numbers, the money that was made. You know, so that automatically got my attention. And so, you know, like I said before, you know, I already had some stuff in the pipeline. So that's what really like made it, you know, really stand out, is because I already had some stuff in the pipeline. And so it just went from there, of course. But, you know.
Good thing we know now.
Yeah.
Lightning Land Capital is saying look up zoning rules.
Well, yeah, that's I'm not sure what they're responding to though. Before I even comment.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was referring to. Maybe he'll follow up. Lily is saying, I apologize, I don't know your name, sir. It's my first time on the live. Yeah. Well, welcome here.
Okay, it's first time on the live. Okay, good.
Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live.
Cool. Yeah. She said she don't know. Oh, she want to give me. Oh, my name is Ty Taylor,
and I'm Torian.
Yeah.
Well, she knows you. I think she didn't know my name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she knows who you are. Yeah. Ricky Hughes. Hey, Ty. I'm in Illinois, and you know the state makes it harder for wholesalers. Should I put out bandit signs? That's a question.
Well, the easy thing you do, man, do you see bandit signs already? Now, sometimes if you live in these suburban areas, you're not going to see bandit signs. So you're going to have to get outside of your comfort zone. So if you go into, you know, just get outside of your comfort zone, go into the inner city, some of the rougher neighborhoods. Normally that's where you're going to see them. I can just be transparent. Now you'll see them off freeway exits all over a particular market or whatever. Those can be very effective because now you're doing intake from all over the place or whatever. So if you get signs created, I would definitely get some signs that say we buy houses and land. and then phone number, call or text or whatever. And I would definitely recommend that for sure.
And what was you saying is there find places where you see the sign stand up?
Yeah. You want to do your recon as they say it. I don't know how to say the actual word. But you want to see where other signs already exist. And you see other signs already exist, like they've been faded out because of the weather and sun. That means they've probably been up a while. So that's an ideal place you want to start placing your signs or whatever if you're going to do it. And you want to test. You don't want to go crazy putting out signs. And then, like I said, the worst thing you can do is put out 100, 150, 200 over the course of a few days. And then, a couple of days later, they're all down. That's a horrible feeling, and it can hit you right in the butt financially also. And I don't even know how. I think most of that material comes from overseas, possibly China. So I don't know if the tariffs would. You know what? I'm gonna call my sign lady. I hadn't bought signs in a long time, even when I was buying them, I wasn't buying them locally. I was buying them. You know what? Let's do this, y'all. Since they asking questions, y'all want to call? Let's call and
I see what she says. It went up,
Yeah, I'm gonna call
for about what 200 signs or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna call. Let me see. I hadn't bought them in a long time, so all the people I used to deal with might not even be there no more. Let me see. So what we said, dirt cheap. You don't have to order from them, even though I don't even know if they still do it, but used to give a discount to people that I referred to them. Signs. So let's see here. Dirt cheap signs.
Yeah, because somebody was showing how, I think it's Temu, they tacking on like $89 to ship. Now.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Let's do some.
Thank you for calling Vistago Print. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time. For sales and customer service, press 2. For graphics, press 3.
I forget what my main guy name was over there.
This Curtis.
Oh yeah, I got Curtis on the phone. Okay, great. Curtis, this is Todd Taylor. What's going on?
Hey Ty, how are you?
Oh, I'm good, man. A little odd here. I'm on a live stream and I asked some questions about Bandit Signs, and I hadn't ordered any in a while or whatever. And I was just trying to see, number one, just to get some general cost if you have a moment, or if you can't, someone there in your office.
Yeah, I can help you.
Okay. All right. So, I used to order the 18 by 24. I went with the vertical look. What are they generally running one color right now? I know the shipping will factor in depending on where they're going. We'll just say 100 signs and then give me 200.
100 and 200, are they just one color?
Yeah, let's go with one color first. Yeah.
One color, single or double-sided?
Single-sided.
At 100, they're $1.75 each for one color, one-sided, and at 200, they're $1.73 each.
$73 or 200?
Yes.
Okay, so that's basically what, $350, I guess you would say, roughly, for 200.
Yes, plus shipping.
Okay, plus shipping. So, and of course, the shipping is where it can.
Yeah, $346 plus shipping, and then you do get a discount.
Okay, so what would 200? I mean, two color be?
Two color for single-sided would go from $1.75 each to $2.20 each for 100.
Okay, that's $220.
200, they would go from $1.73 each to $2.12 each.
Okay, so now we're looking at about $425 or so for 200, two color.
Right.
Before shipping cost. Okay.
Right.
All right. Do they still get the discount if referred through?
Yeah. Yeah, we have been. Anybody who calls and mentions you, they still get the 5%.
Okay, so you get a 5% help on the taxes a little bit. Okay, cool. All right, man. I think that answers our questions. And appreciate it.
Okay, you got it.
All right, thanks, man. All right, thanks, Curtis.
No problem.
Yep.
So how do they get in contact with this person, Ty? Because I'm gonna put in what you just ordered, the 18 by 24.
Yeah.
It's $1.75, but where?
Yeah, it's I'll put a little banner up here.
Okay.
It's Dirt Cheap Signs. You want to call them. You really don't want to order on the website. You want to call them, and then you can always compare that with other companies. I'm not going to hold you to that or whatever. Bandit Signs, Dirt Cheap Signs. Let me see, Dirt Cheap Signs, and what was their number? Dirt Cheap Signs. All right, and their phone number is well, they got a toll-free number. I guess it don't matter. Let me see here. All right, boom.
While we're talking about this, you don't recommend to put them all out in one weekend.
You say what now?
You don't recommend people to put, like, if you get 200, don't put them all out in one weekend.
Oh no, you'll get crushed. Why is it not? Let me create this. Says add banner. Each photo is limited to 50 banner. Oh, okay, I got too many banners. All right, let me delete a couple of these that I ain't using. All right, let's do that. Boom, there we go. So yeah, yeah, that's their phone number right there. So, but yeah, what I was talking about, I don't even know if I have it here that I can easily find. I was talking about my I told him vertical. A lot of people will go with horizontal signs. Let me see artwork. Let me see. I think okay, we might be in business here. Let's see. Okay, yeah, here we go. All right. So yeah, I got one. I can pull it right up. I'll just put this on the screen. Y'all can see it. This is I went vertical. I saw one of my students here locally here in Birmingham had did it. I said, oh man, that's that allows you to get still keep the impact of the sign, how large it needs to be as far as the we buy houses, because people are reading from a distance, right? And so so people are reading from a distance. They can still see it. As you notice right here, still pretty big. We buy houses and land. You don't have to have a website. You can just make the we buy houses and the land bigger, but you have the phone number, call or text at that point, right? And so, that's the last signs that we ordered a couple years back or whatever. Like I said, I hadn't used them in a while or whatever. So I still got 2 boxes right now that could go out or whatever. So, now, if somebody's here in Birmingham that wants to put them out, hey, we'll partner on them. Y'all can put them out. We'll partner on what comes in. I think I still have that phone number active.
Phone number, yeah.
Yeah. So we can.
That's nice and big. You can see that from the street.
Oh yeah. And then, like I said, that video, that video. Let me move it real quick. That video is what do we have the banner? That video is you can go check it out. I have a couple of Bandit Sign video, but this one I'm on the street. It starts off. I had met this family. They saw me up in some store. Long story short, I agreed to go help them do Bandit Sign. I just said we could just record the content. That was probably before COVID or whatever. So, but that's a pretty good video though. Let me see if I can find that video, that thumbnail. Bandit Signs, Flip Man. Boy, I got one out there 15 years old. Let's see. Which one is it?
But you said this is the one that comes up when you put in Flip Man and Bandit Signs.
Yeah. It's several of them I got out here. So let me find. I'm gonna try to find the one where I was out there with them. No, it wasn't 8 years ago. Where is that thing here? Is it 5 years? Is it this one? Let's see. Man, I'm trying to find the one.
With the family that you did.
Yeah, I'm trying to make because I have several on here. And I'm gonna make sure y'all can see the right thumbnail on it. I know it wasn't on 15 yet. Boy, I didn't put out a video. Let me see. Damn. I got how to fill out contract. Oh man, I'm confused now. I know it ain't been that long ago. Said it ain't been no.
Like 4 years ago?
Sound like it was about 5 years ago. Let me see. Is this it? Let me see. No, that ain't it. I think this is it right here. Let me see. No, that ain't it. That ain't it. I don't know where it is, guys. And that's a really. Oh, here it is, right here. Here it is, right here. It's called Bandit Sign Ride Along. Where and how to place bandit signs to generate leads for flipping house. Yeah, this is it right here. So let me just share my screen really quick, so you can see how the thumbnail looks on it, right? So it's this one right here. It's called Bandit Signs Ride Along, right? It's that one.
Yeah, it's like 7 years ago.
Yeah, it was. I knew it was before COVID. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one right there. Yep.
That should help, definitely.
Yeah. That
Herman has some land he wants you to look at. He says, "Hey guys, waiting on sellers to confirm that what they will sell part of the 40-acre property. Sounds like maybe if we buy it at 38.7, waiting. But what's your take on the split and flip? This is Little Rock, Arkansas, 72206, 0 Nelson Road."
Okay.
So you
said zero is zero what?
0 Nelson, N-L-L, I'm sorry, N-A-L-S-O-N Road, Nelson.
What city?
Little Rock, Arkansas. And that's a road, so
Little
makes a difference.
All right, now this is just a raw piece of land here. Looks like it has a structure on it. Let me share this. And the my guys at the land portal, they've added their comping is gotten pretty good too now. So let me see if I can they made it very easy to comp properties also. Let's see here. So it's right in here somewhere. So I need to find a physical address. Let's see. Not that, not this. Let me see. I need a physical address. There we go. We'll use that one rich there. All right. So yeah, we'll use the land portal on this. Let's see what these boys talk about. Can I get in my account? All right. Okay, so I guess it's this property back here, I think. Let me see.
They're saying 0 Nelson Road.
Yeah, it's this property back here. See, this property, from the way it looks, it has no road frontage. It does have the road. See, that's what I'm talking about. It has road access, but no road frontage, right? It does have a house or some structure back there. So this wouldn't even be something I would target or whatever. They're going to struggle to sell this. How long it's been? 142 days. No,
Targeted because of the price they're asking, or what? Why would you not? Because of the road frontage.
Yeah, it doesn't have any road access. I mean, road frontage. It just a driveway that leads up to it. And they've been trying to sell this since 2021. You know, they're in La La Land, you know, on it. But yeah, I wouldn't target this. Let's see what the
So with the split and flips, you definitely want to have that road frontage.
Yeah, let me give you an example since we're in here. I'll wait on it to generate that comp. Something that would be more attractive in here, just looking at this now, like this one here would be more attractive for a couple of, two main reasons. It's a corner lot on top of it. It doesn't have to be a corner lot, because this one is not a corner lot, and that's a pretty good one there too, right? But this one here is even better. Look at all that road frontage, boom, boom. That's lovely. Now, it doesn't have a structure on it, which is fine. This one here, I like this one even better because it's not that deep as this one is going from the road to back, but it's the corner lot, so it really won't matter because you can chop it up a little differently. But this one here, I like even better because it's not that deep. If you know what I mean, from this side to this side, it's not that deep. This one is even more attractive right here, and probably obviously look like it has some type of house or something there. So it has some utilities close by, which this is close in a residential area, just a lot of land. So should be utilities close by and pretty much all of it, you know, because you got stuff across the street right here versus that property right there. You know, all of these are decent tracts of land right here. They're only 5 acres or whatever. How big was this one? This is 10, so you would easily just about, since it seemed like 5 acres is 4 to 5 acres is a common thing in here. And like they split these down to 2-acre tracts, but they're really deep. But that's fine. People buy them anyway. So, you know, so you got some good splits in all sizes in here. I like to see that or whatever. But this one here, that original one we looked at, it doesn't have that same criteria that these other ones have. That's why they're struggling to sell it at the price point that they're asking. So I wouldn't even target this here. So if that makes sense. Let's see what it comped out to be. Let's see.
Oh, it got sophisticated now. Okay, come
yeah.
on,
So look what they're comping it out to be.
71.
You know what I'm saying?
They want 600.
They want 600, like, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that this is accurate, but it's probably really close. Yeah, probably really close.
Yeah. Especially they've been trying to sell it since 2021.
Since 2021, man. So, you know, they're in total lot land.
Yeah. And doing the split and flip doesn't necessarily not gonna increase the value that much, especially when there's no road frontage.
Yeah, that ain't. Yeah, how are people going to get to it, to their portion of it? You don't make it. See, they may not. Well, I don't know. That's in the city limits, it's going to be hard anyway. But soon it was out in the county unincorporated. A lot of times they still want you at least to have some road frontage to make it easy. Some of them still won't care, but it just becomes so less attractive to people if I have to go over somebody else's property to get to mine. Now you can create an easement to do that or whatever, but still on, it will make
Didn't it seem like a little road? It's a long road.
That's a driveway. That's
That's
not
a driveway. Okay.
That's not a plat. If you don't see a name on it, it's not a platted road that the county or the state has approved or whatever. That ain't what you want. All right. Now it will make it easy if someone bought it and wanted to put the money in it to go through the process of getting approved for a road or whatever, because it's already there. Will make it easy. It will make it less expensive construction wise than having to remove trees and all that kind of stuff. If a driveway that's that long already there, but it's not, it didn't appear to be an actually identified road by the state or the county, because they would have had a name on it. So
yeah, he said thanks. Herman said thanks. Your input is so valuable.
Yeah.
All right. Juju. Now, did you realize that this was Juju? Jaleesa J?
She has changed her name on
She
it.
has changed her name. She's
Juju is doing the pulling a jamming always on us.
Right. You're gonna change
got used to Juju, and she pulling a jamming on.
Juju, you got to keep your name on here now.
I'm telling
you. Rudy Hard. Good afternoon, everyone. Joining from GA. Welcome. Jamming always. The more you know. Land, of course. You didn't know that at the time. It's just funny looking back. I'm sure all the deals that you could have done with the land. You told people you wouldn't buy land.
Oh yeah, we don't do that.
Lightning Land Cabinet.
I still say that on some stuff or whatever, because I don't do it. You know what I'm saying? But land, it shouldn't have been that with that. Let me just I can say that with any other, but it was coming my way too much not to look into it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It was hitting me in the face too many times for me not to look into it.
I think, I can't speak for you, you'll say, but when you know how to break a house down, then you hear land, you're like, I don't even have to do, I don't understand how to place value on land.
Yeah.
As easy as you can for houses, and that makes you want to move on to the next one, when you're in that mind.
It makes you but that's again still for me. I'm again just talking for me. Yeah. I was getting hit in the face with it too much not to try to dive deeper. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so
now, was it mostly
that's just laziness on me, not to want to dive deeper. Say what now?
Was it mostly infill lots or was it land?
Everything. Just land by itself, houses sitting on, we're sitting on 20 acres. Well, how much you going to give us? Oh, you can keep all 19 of them. Matter of fact, you keep 19.75 of the acres and you get a house in a quarter of an acre. That's just ignorant, just ignorant. Like that's what I would say, just like just ignorant, so but anyway, so
we know now. Mr. Player.
What was that last question? Did I answer?
I think he was responding because we were trying to figure out why he was asking what he was saying about zoning earlier.
Oh yeah. That'll factor in. Yeah.
Right. So he had followed up and was just saying he was talking to the person about something.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Player made. Hey, Ty, what package on your site do you recommend to start with for beginners? And
when you say my site, I guess if you're referring to any type of coaching or training, if you don't want coaching, then I think you can get it for $197 or something. That'll get you the houses, land, and self-storage or whatever. So that'll get you all three of those. So, but if you want coaching, then you just text me or email me, and we'll get on the phone, go into deeper on that.
Scrolling on the bottom. Edward Thames Jr. is in St. Louis. The signs work better in the C and B areas.
Oh, he's making a statement.
He's making a statement.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right.
All right.
See, here it's hard to get. You can get away with them in a lot of the C areas here. You can't get away with signs here in Birmingham and B areas. They're going to come down quickly.
What about the very, those signs? I know you're saying 18 by 24,
Don't
but those
matter.
really smaller ones
It doesn't matter the size.
don't matter. They still go.
It ain't gonna be worth it if something that small. Just think about it. People in traffic, they can't see it. They're not gonna see it. That 18 by 24 is the perfect size. I know you may see some older videos where I say 12 by 18 or whatever. Like even in that video that I recommended, don't use. I think I was using 12 by 18s, more like a rectangle size. Forget about the sign size. Just pay attention how we're hanging them and where we're hanging them. I showed you the size that I recommend you get. 18 by 24 vertical is what I recommend. And don't worry about stakes. Don't worry about stakes. If stakes, don't
stakes. Oh.
No, don't do stakes. That's
the zip ties.
Yeah, you want to do zip tie. Again, I saw a student do that here. I thought it was just brilliant, Because that allowed you to put signs in a lot of places that you couldn't, because we used to nail them up on wooden poles. A lot of people say we don't have wooden poles in our market. And I didn't really have a solution for them outside of doing stakes. I don't recommend doing stakes just because of extra cost, and you lose a lot of visibility because they're in the ground. So people are sitting up in their car, even the lowest of cars, you'll miss a lot of the traffic. But if it's at stop sign level or yield sign level, that's what, those signs are designed so you can be visible. You're right below that, then boom, so.
Makes sense. Gemini White said, thank you for the sign info. And thank you for finding the video on Bandit Signs. And as she said, she's going to check it out.
Yeah.
Karen S is saying the video that you were at Walmart was good for Bandit Signs. Is that the same one with the family?
Yeah. I think that's the one right there. Mm-hmm.
All right.
That was 7 years ago. Wow.
7 years. Time flies.
Yeah.
Paula Smith, hello. Would you be able to look in PropStream and show the difference in perspective, single family and mobile homes in Delaware, in and around Newcastle, Wilmington-ish, and Metro Atlanta? I'm thinking about moving to Delaware from Atlanta and just want to consider the wholesaling possibilities.
Okay, so I'm gonna try my best.
Delaware to Atlanta. Yeah, to Delaware. Okay.
Now I wouldn't. For real estate purposes, I would I can just tell you off the top now. I wouldn't leave Atlanta to go to Delaware if you're going for real estate, man. If that's like a byproduct of something else, it may be so. But no. You're right where you need to be. You need to be where as many people are as possible, right? But I'm gonna still try to look up. What did she say we need to do?
Well, number one, she wants you to look in PropStream and know the difference for prospective single family homes and mobile homes in Delaware.
Well, we're in Delaware. We have, she said it.
Yeah, Newcastle, Wilmington.
Okay. All right. Newcastle, DE. Okay. All right. So there's only 19,000 just properties, period, right? If we say single family, residential single family, there's 16,000, right?
In Wilmington.
Well, that's Newcastle.
Newcastle, okay.
Yeah, that's Newcastle. I can put the other city in, Wilmington. I think I'm spelling it right.
You said 19,000, right?
Yeah, 19,000. Let's see. Now the other place is bigger. It's 70,000. Wilmington is 70,000. That's not bad. But let's do the same thing, and we're just going to be doing.
Atlanta.
We're just going to do now. This is just going to be probably the city of Atlanta. It's not going to be Metro Atlanta now, which I'm sure is the same thing with what we just looked at. or whatever. But we just do Atlanta, Georgia, and we do the same thing. 280,000.
Huge difference.
Yeah. I'm sorry. My bad. It's 187. No, I'm sorry.
Still, that's 200,000.
Yeah, that's still a huge difference. So that's a minimum of double of what you're doing now. That's just the city of Atlanta. That doesn't include now. We do Fulton County. That just do Fulton County, right? Now Atlanta's made up of a number of different counties. Now, if we do Fulton County, that's 225,000, right? And I know we got Clayton County that's near there.
Wow. Big difference.
That's another 75,000. We got DeKalb County. That's another 176,000. We got, I think it's Douglas County down there where Douglasville is.
We better get to 1 million. Okay.
Yeah, it just ain't gonna be a comparison, you know. That's another 49,000. That's just houses, you know what I'm saying? It ain't even nothing to talk about.
Huge difference.
Don't leave Atlanta because of real estate.
Yeah.
If that's the second reason, maybe
right.
So. But if you're leaving because of real estate, it's not a consideration.
Paula is saying she's in Clayton. I'm assuming Clayton County.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's a huge difference. Yeah. I have some questions, but we're about an hour in. And you want to go over the topic? Right?
Yeah. Let me restart Instagram really quick.
Okay.
They back on that hour thing again for some reason.
They go back and forth.
Oh wow! I seen that. Let's see here. Well, I hope we ain't in no violation.
Well, we haven't put up any addresses. Well, I guess we have. They've never tripped about that. That was TikTok.
Yeah, that's what's the name. All right, so let's do it again. All right, let me add it back. All right, so boom. All right, so the topic. So we had our AI to create this thumbnail. I was searching, Sora. You use Sora?
I've used it once or twice.
Since
it doesn't compare to other places though. But I don't know what the question is.
Well, that's OpenAI's deal. So yes, it does now. That you should create images on there versus on ChatGPT because it's gonna get a lot of times.
Okay, images on there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because their images are better than most places now because of the text thing. Though.
But yeah. It's just easy. If you got a good reference, it'll hold the reference. Like you upload another image, it'll hold the reference of that image. You know what I'm saying? If you want it to, right?
Okay. Give me an example though, because I don't really understand what you mean.
Like if you upload two images, say, hey, I want this person now to be sitting on Santa Claus' lap.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, something like that or whatever. So. But anyway, so what to do if you have a wholesale deal but no buyers? All right, so whenever I got into real estate, buyers were the way I was taught and taught for years is that you really don't even worry about buyers if you can find a great deal because you can market that great deal out and buyers will show themselves. Building, they will come a type of mentality. Now, of course, without a buyer's list, generally speaking, you normally have to spend some money to generate your leads, even if, like I said, it was driving for dollars or whatever. Now, that was pre-KISS method or whatever, when I wouldn't recommend at that time targeting listed properties. But the reason buyers say what to do if you have a wholesale deal but no buyers, the reason I don't think it's that big of an issue is because of the internet being able to network so easily. You got me, but even if you didn't have me, it would be very simple just to promote that deal through Facebook groups local to that particular area, and even in national real estate investment groups on Facebook. Facebook Marketplace can be very powerful. You'll find a lot of tire kickers there, but it can still be very powerful as far as finding a buyer. You can definitely just simply do a search on the internet for "sell my house fast" Cleveland. Just using that as an example, it's going to those first 2 or 3 pages of results where the paid or organically produced are going to be either some very heavy hitters as far as other wholesalers and or investors, right? Now you could reach out to real estate agents that deal with flippers if you know how to use the right tools, even with what do we call it? With PropStream, if you have the right tool, you can you can pull up a buyer's list. The one our go-to is investor based by way of cashbuyer.ai, www.cashbuyer.ai, and you can text the word boss to 205-964-5243. Just to show you really quickly, let's see if we can pull. I should have had one ready to go. I think we're in Little Rock. I used to work with this lady. I think I may have said it before. Mary Perry. Little Rock. I'm moving back to Little Rock. That was your Little Rock.
You ain't never lived in Little Rock, bro.
Never been Arkansas before. All right.
Because you haven't been in West Memphis before.
I've never been to West Memphis before.
Tunica?
No, that's not West Memphis. That's Mississippi.
That's Mississippi, right?
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
I did a self-storage deal there in West Memphis, remember?
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, here we go. So like I just put up this property in Little Rock, Arkansas. So
now, you're not on the screen if you trying to show
my bad. All right, I just pulled up this property in Little Rock, Arkansas. I just pulled one from here on Zillow just to show you an example. So what it shows you here, it shows you that this is within 1 mile within the last year. These properties sold, single family, and this is for buyers of type or flippers and landlords. So we can go up to 10 miles if need be, but we're only at 1, which is more than enough. The light blue are flippers. The green are landlords. So if you click on these, the red dot is our target property. So you can see how close these sales are to ours. So if you click on these, they'll show what the buyers paid and what they sold them for, what these flippers paid and what they sold them for, right? And over here, same thing. Now, if I turn on this button right here and do a search again, it will skip trace for their phone numbers. It does pretty decent. I would say if it pulled, if we have a results of 51, 51 or 61. Oh, okay. I got them all in view now. 51, it's got 61 results. Probably maybe 5 or 6 of those may be duplicates. Let's just say 55. It'll probably pull 45 of those numbers, and a little more than half of them be right, probably. So that could be very vital. Now, if I wanted to go out 2 miles, I think it already changed over, and I did a search again, that's probably normally what I would do if I was going to build a list, is that'll bring in more. So now we're at 107 results versus 61, almost double, right? So again, some of these will be repeat buyers, which is a good thing, shows that they're buying over and over again in a particular area. But that gives you a true snapshot of where buyers, and it also helps you with negotiations. Now, you can't always go by these numbers up here because basically it's showing what flippers will pay in that area and what landlords will pay. So what that means is if you get a deal, if we're assuming this number is right without going deeper into this, then, you know, to make money, you need to be below this 65 or this 54. I'm going to try to probably be below the 54, the lower number. They're not that far apart. So to make money, I want to probably be 50 or less, maybe 45 or less in reality with the seller. So this, you know, we got that other tools out here, but this is the best one I've seen so far. I'm sure somebody's going to come up with something, a better mousetrap, but this is the best one I've seen so far because of how easily you can determine what's going on. It can help you with your initial negotiations with sellers. I know the KISS method and ARB. Well, let me just say this. We do the KISS method. We go through the process. They just say they accept our offer. Then if they accept our offer, then we'll take a look at this tool, the number one, see how many buyers are in a particular area before we go into contract, how many buyers are in a particular area and what they're willing to pay. So now we can see, hey, we can move this very easily at the number that they agreed upon. Or it may be a situation, damn, we still too high or whatever. So we go back and say, well, you know what, we took a second look at it. We need to be lower, and you know, they take it or leave it or whatever. But like I say, you know, data is the new gold, right? This is data, however you say it. This is the new gold. So we have this data of investors in this area. So we know there's a ton of activity within the last year and 2 miles. There's a ton of activity in here. So that means if you find a deal in this particular area, you're going to be able to move it if you get it at the right price based on this condition or whatever. So, but yeah, so that answers the question. There are free ways and there are paid ways. That's the paid way to get it going. So you can text the word BOSS 205-964-5243.
And that would be cash buyers.
Yeah, that's cash buyers. You have a deal, but you have no buyers. Easy problem to solve.
Day has a property she would like for us to comp, but she also has a question. This is in Temple, Texas. And the question is, I looked up a home and the owner is in a trust. How do you find the owner of a trust, or do you even bother?
No, just send them something in the mail. Part of the reason they put it in a trust is so they can't be easily contacted like that. So just put them something in the mail. I would probably do something UPS or FedEx to increase your chances of getting it read.
All right. So you want to comp this one?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
All right. 1922 South 45th Street. So that's 1922 South 45th Street in Temple, Texas.
So we're seeing 171, a 1, a 2, 170. So that's good. So we got some consistency there. So we find one more. Okay, we don't have a red fin number here. That may be close enough. Let's see, it's just a block over. What size is our house? It's the exact same size. What year were they built? What year? 1960, 1959. Okay, cool. So yeah. All right. So our numbers, we're at 165, 170. So half of that number we'll just use 165 as the number. So half of that would be what, 82.5?
Yes.
There you go.
Okay. So that day. And then Soul Soldier wants to know. Of course, he does land. And he has a question. If land is my focus, are Bandit Signs worth the time and effort?
Most definitely. Because with Bandit Signs, obviously you'll put them into the, and now you're going to be localized, that's fine. But and the calls won't be as plentiful as houses. That's fine also. But again, when they call you, it can be showtime or whatever. You know, your paydays can be so much more significant than the trade-off is, even though houses will get a larger volume of calls, and the ones that turn into deals are deals. But with land, you know, that one deal could do what it takes 10 houses to do, you know, in a particular market or whatever. So, and with land, you would definitely put them within the inner city or whatever, but you can get out into the rural areas, like really out. Right, into rural areas, and you know those signs will stay up forever sometimes. And like, you know, you may have a main county road or something like that, or state highway, and then you're gonna have the streets that lead onto it. They'll normally just have a stop sign. They won't have a traffic light. You know, you're gonna do all of those. You know what I'm saying? Because you know the people that own land in that area, those areas, you know, they, even if they don't live there, they may frequent down there just to check on it and stuff. So it could be very, very, very a very good thing. So
that'll work.
For sure. I haven't seen a lot of that. I'm like, I see people do it now because I ride around. You'll see a lot of folks mimic the stuff that I've done because I've mimicked what other people done. I got the zip ties from somebody. I got the vertical signs from somebody. I got the 2-color signs from somebody or whatever. So, but I see people start to mimic what I did after I mimicked somebody else. I was inspired by someone else, as they say. You didn't copy, you were inspired. But anyway, but yeah, that could be very effective. You know?
Sandy, welcome back to the live. I have a mobile home to wholesale. Can I have your input? And she's providing the address. This is in Delaware, off market. Can you assist?
First of all, does land, before I even dive into it, does the land come with it? And if so, how much? Also, if that's the case, then what year is the mobile home, the size, the manufacturer? Does it need to be moved?
Like you always say, is when you get a mobile home, it's almost like a car. You know.
It's treated like an automobile.
VM, happy Monday, guys. What phone number do you suggest using for Bandit Signs?
Someone I called the other day, and they had their Google Voice. Google Voice will now connect to you. I said they need to remove that. You got to remove that. You're trying to do business. I forgot who I was talking to, who I called and had that. And I meant to tell them.
You mean to add in the voicemail? Or not the voicemail.
No, it's an announced feature with Google Voice that you have to turn off.
Okay, that was saying.
And a lot of people don't know they have it on or whatever. But you always, whenever you set up a number, you always.
Nobody's gonna sit there and wait. They just wait.
You would all you just should always test it, right? Mm-hmm. You should always test it by calling the number or whatever. So, but what I was about to, what were we answering?
I guess if they do wait, though, you know that they desperate.
Yeah. Oh, so ask me what number should put on there.
Right. No. I think she's asking about how to get them, because the question was, what number do you suggest use? Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm wrong.
Yeah. The
Google Voice.
Well, you can use that. I want something I can have a little bit more control over. It doesn't have to be Vumber, but a number similar to that. Because Vumber will record the calls. You can easily text message back from it or whatever. You don't have to use that now. But a similar third party, so there's some good ones out there. I think Vumber's not really that good. I've just been using it for so long or whatever. Compared to some of the other stuff, let me say that it serves the purpose of what I'm doing. But compared to some of the other services, but I have numbers tied to it, so I have to continue to use it at this point. But anyway, so
Vumber is who you use. Vumber.
Yeah. Instead of number, it's Vumber. Yeah.
And when we were talking
and that's still cheaper than buying another phone, like another mobile phone, because you could forward all your calls.
Yeah, there's plenty of services that'll give you a second phone.
Yeah. It's tons of them.
Instead of you buying a whole separate
phone. So that's why I ended up with two phones, is because that stuff it may have existed, but I didn't know it existed at the time. But I had the number so long now that I can't, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, one personal one or whatever. I need two phones too. But anyway, whatever.
People probably still call that number from postcards and phone numbers that
Yeah.
you can get rid of it. Supreme Legacy was talking about Delaware when we was talking about Delaware. It's located right by Philly, Maryland, Baltimore, and New Jersey. And Supreme Legacy is also I'm always trying to get Ty to partner. Laugh out loud. So
Come on, send me some good. We can partner. Trust me. Yeah, send me a deal and look and send me something that works, numbers that work, and just watch how I. Oh wow.
Soul Soldier, if the seller accepts the land split offer, what happens next? Survey of the land?
That'll just depend on who the buyer is. It may not go how deep we'll go into it before we're passing along. But ideally, that's what's going to happen is a survey getting done, but not by us. Well, the next thing to do is to check the county regulations to see if it'll just simplify there. And so now it makes it easy for you to reach out to a surveyor at that point, multiple ones, to have that conversation because you have something they can identify and do the research on.
And okay, so we did that question. And then Charlotte P, signing up for the land portal, which one do you suggest, starter or advanced?
Well, for what you need, I think the only difference is I didn't know that. For what you need, the starter, because you want to be able to skip trace on single skips for free on single skips. Once you go beyond you're beyond one, I'm sorry, then it costs you or whatever. So the starter is fine.
But you can do single skips on the starter. And Stephen Vaughn said, hey, my brother's just watching you and wanted to shout you out. Philly in the house. Welcome from Philly. And Jean Davis, I think when she asked this question, you was talking about the buyers. What is it called? And we talked about cashbuyers.ai.
Yeah, cashbuyers.ai. You can text the word boss to 205-964-5243 and it'll automatically send you the link. But I'll just throw it up. You know, I'm going to affiliate it up, investor base. And that just makes it easy for me to get my folks over to where I want you to be. So you just go to cashbuyers.ai. So www.cashbuyers.ai. It'll take you over here, fill out the form, and boom, you're in action. There's an actual little training there on how to use it too, which I need to update actually. So, yeah.
Nice TV Network. Welcome to the live. My first time seeing you here. If I have access to the MLS, what would you target as a wholesaler?
Well, technically MLS. This is not what year? How far you want to go back, Tori? 1990.
Zillow? Probably like Zillow's been around about 15 years or something.
Let's see how long when did Zillow start?
Making tons of money.
Yeah, they thought they wanted. Oh, it ain't even been around that long, Tori. 12 years.
12 years.
July of 2014.
Okay.
Wow, I would have thought longer. Wow, that's
12 years.
Wow, they done done it, man. Wow, that's
so basically you can get the same information.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that MLS there's nothing special about it anymore, in the sense that an agent would be a fool, and I think if not, I'm thinking all MLS systems are integrated with Zillow, Redfin, and Realtor. It just the public a lot of the public is going to do their own searching. They're going to do their own due diligence on houses. So if you're not marketing a deal there on Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, Homes.com, a few more, that's crazy. That's maximum exposure. So MLS doesn't really give you a leg up. Now, I don't know what information you can pull up, maybe some property information, some ownership information or whatever, but you got tools like, that PropStream and some of the other tools or whatever that I think are even better, because they're built for investors, right? Mm-hmm. That they're even better. So I don't even know what to tell them, Shep. If you're paying for it,
yeah,
stop paying for it. But if you just got access to it, maybe, I don't know. But like I said, maybe some
the same information is online now. Basically,
yeah.
It's the same information. It's not like some type of secret, because if you have access to the internet, you have the same information that's on the MLS. So basically, not an advantage at this point, and hasn't been for a long time. I had to realize that myself, because I've heard you say it so many times, like there's nothing special about the MLS anymore. But some people, I think they get their realtors license to get access to the MLS, but it's not necessary anymore. Gemini Ways says, didn't think to use Chat GPT, but I just sent a postcard with, hi, I would love to buy your home. Call me. Took a shot. We'll see. But next time we'll use Chat GPT.
And I'm sure about somebody's going to do it. You know how I think, like, and they may already be doing it. Like Deal Machine, I think you can just pull up and if you put an address in, it automatically just send out a postcard for you, or whatever. Someone should have an AI caller do the same thing. You just driving for dollars. You put in an address, do your research, and then boom, just hit it and let it call it and see if they're interested. And it just puts it in a follow-up rotation or whatever. That would be a really good tool.
That's an amazing idea, Ty.
Yeah, I think that would be.
I think we should write that down.
It ain't got to be written down. I've been thinking of it already right there, man. And it just does the follow-up until it get them.
Yeah, that's an excellent idea.
Yeah.
Talk about integrating AI.
Yeah.
Lionel Jackson, hi Ty. A realtor told me after I sent over a KISS offer attachment to rescind my offer in a par agreement. Do she think I'm an agent? I didn't respond yet.
Yeah. If you go to Zonks.com, that's a common response you get from agents. They think that you're another agent. So if you go to find deals and you scroll down, and you'll see the best responses to what realtors say, it's number 10. When agents mistake you as a realtor instead of a buyer, thank you for your response. Just to clarify, we are actual buyers and prefer to work directly with listing agents. We're comfortable with you representing both parties in a neutral capacity, whether through dual agency or as a transaction broker, intermediary, or a special arrangement allowed by your brokerage. Please initiate the contract based on our written offer. Thanks. Now, I don't suggest everyone sends this. Go over to most people, they might not even have ChatGPT, but everybody has Google, right?
Yes.
And so you can use Gemini. Gemini is, Google's version of ChatGPT. Go to Gemini, and I've never done it here before, so this is out of the blue. So rewrite this message. Let me put it in. God damn it. I did it too fast. There we go. And so now you come up with your own version. So thanks for getting back to us. Just to be clear, so just so we're clear, we are direct buyers and prefer to work with listing agents. We're comfortable with you acting as a neutral party to represent both sides, whether that's through dual agency, transaction broker, or another similar arrangement for your brokerage. Please proceed with drafting the contract based on our written offer. So it is different. Here's another one. Oh, they gave us different ones, didn't they? Okay, cool. All right. So I appreciate your response. To confirm, we are actual buyers and would like to work directly with you as the listing agent. We're fine with you representing both us and the seller neutrally via dual agency, transaction broker status, or a comparable setup permitted by your brokerage. Please initiate the contract based on our offer. And we got a third one. I'm not going to read it. I think you get the point. So that's Gemini. That's, Google's version of ChatGPT, right?
Yes.
So most of y'all have access to that when you don't have chat. Well, which chat is available. I'm just saying easily. It's already in your emails and stuff. You just don't probably know it or never paid attention to it, but it's already there.
Definitely there. All right. And Rudy Hart is encouraging everybody to like and share this live. And I agree with you, Rudy Hart, and I appreciate you reminding everybody about that. I'm not sure what you were meaning when you say VM. Don't you won't go us?
I forgot. While we got most people, a good number here for us. If you want to be alerted when we go live, text the word DING, D-I-N-G, to get on the alert list. And we'll see an alert when we go live and when new videos are, when we go live, I ain't gonna see when new videos go live. But, yes, I do both. I'm sorry. So whenever new content is uploaded also. So text the word DING to 205-964-5243.
And Dave wants to know, Ty, have you had a time to look at the 2 apartment complexes that she sent?
Yeah, you may need to resend those. I don't recall seeing those.
And let's see here. Karen S., as far as comparing a resource on finding buyers with PropStream versus investor base, which platform do you recommend?
Well, see, the way I like to compare those, PropStream is Walmart and investor base is just Walgreens, right? They just sell drugs, maybe a few other items, obviously, but Walmart sells everything. They do everything. PropStream does everything. Investor base specializes on buyers. So if you're just talking about buyers, no question, investor base.
Definitely. Barik Matthew Sr. Well, welcome to the live. My first time seeing you here. Hey, Ty, I'm back and glad to be back to what I enjoy.
Oh, what's going on, Mr. Barrett? Oh, yeah, I know you've been ill. I hope you're better, my man.
And Paula Smith is asking, what are some free ways to find owners from driving for dollars?
Well, when you're driving for dollars, it's just more or less knowing what to pay attention to. Obviously, vacant houses, and if you have the right tool, that's where PropStream is going to be more valuable than an investor base. Because now if you have the PropStream app, it makes it very easy to build a list, to identify owners. Like I was talking about a moment ago, ideally, if you could just click a button and you sit in front of a house, the AI would call them, and do his thing or whatever to see if they're interested in selling the property. But we don't have that. So you have to do it, right? But you can literally skip trace their address and information, give them the call, say, hey, I know this is a strange call. I'm sitting right in front of your house here. The county shows you own it. But it looks like your house can solve a huge problem that I have, which I have more eager investors looking to buy houses in this particular neighborhood than I have houses to offer them. And this look like something they would be interested in buying. Would you be open to selling it? Sure, Johnny. What do you want to pay for it? I'll meet you in 5 minutes.
Paula is responding to you. She's saying free. And she also said can't afford PropStream right now.
Oh, no, say what she said. Wait a minute.
Free.
I didn't get the question. My bad. So put the question back out.
Right here. Free ways to find owners while driving for dollars.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think
Free people search or
no. She needs to find. I think she initially wants to know who owns it, right? Okay. I think they say PropWire do that for free. I think I'm not affiliate of it, but I think they say PropWire do it for free. Okay. And then to skip trace the phone numbers, you can use some of the free skip tracing tools like what do they call it?
Free people search.
Yeah, free people search and places like that.
All right. And Edward Thames Jr. is asking, wouldn't the MLS be somewhat beneficial in a non-disclosure statement? That's if you already have free access.
Yeah, if you got free access, yeah, it could be that could help. The only and I'm assuming that the MLS covers the entire state and not just a region of the state or whatever, if that's what you're saying, or that may be enough for you. I don't know. But PropStream pulls the MLS data too, so just use it just as an example. And you can still use Zillow. You can see when a property sold, and in Zillow you may not can tell exactly what it sold for, but depending on the pending date and when it sold, the list date and then the pending date, a lot of times you can say, oh, it sold close to that price or whatever. Especially if you could compare what something appears to have sold for and what something is listed for, right? In similar conditions, so you can somewhat re-engineer that free data to give you an idea of an ARV.
And Gemini Ways is confirming that PropWire is totally free, and Free People Search is free. And Lionel Jackson is saying the ding hasn't worked for him yet. It doesn't happen all the time, but we're here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Thursday. All right. Ring Central. Yeah, Ring Central is a good one as well. Karen S. is suggesting that for extra numbers. And Lincoln is saying these men are giving us free game and tips to be successful for wholesale. The only thing to do is to hit the free like button. Too many of us in here not to like. We got quite a few likes, but
I would totally agree.
I would totally agree.
Brilliant stuff.
Soul Soldier saying Bandit Signs for land you mentioned in rural areas. Where would you place them? Should they be bigger, sturdier than house Bandit Signs?
No, you would still place them. You'll still place them within the city. People that live in the cities own land in the city and outside the city. You'll still take advantage of all those eyeballs, but you'll also, like I said, you'll get outside of the more populated areas into some of the more rural areas of a particular market, right? And so you're just looking for opportunity to place signs wherever you can. Like I said, we're mostly placing them on stop signs, yield signs, do not enter signs on the street highway with zip ties. If you go watch that video that I talked about, the ride along, Bandit Sign, ride along, Flip Man, that should pull it up. Is that the name of it? Yeah, Bandit Sign, ride along, like the movie Ride Along with Ice Cube and what's the name? You'll still like you'll have I don't know. I'm trying to see how I can explain it. So it's no different. It ain't hard to explain. So you got a road, right? And then you got side streets that enter onto that street, a county road or a state highway or whatever, but it's just out from the city. You're still gonna have side streets. They normally don't have traffic light. They just have stop signs to make sure you don't just run out on the traffic or whatever. So you'll just pull up in there, jump out, put one there. Boom. Drive down some more, see another side street that's coming onto the major street, jump out, put out another one there. Boom. That's it.
And you'll be shocked how you just put signs on the main drags and people be all over the place. So they'll see it.
All over the place, man.
Be everywhere. But you can put them in those rural areas too, like you're saying.
Yeah. You get out there, but you still will want to put them within the city. You'll get opportunities on more infill lots within the city. But sometimes, like I say, they'll still have somebody. I own some land down in Bullock County, 3 hours from Birmingham. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what you got?
What you got?
Yeah,
well, we got it. We can pull it up in the system without even.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I hadn't seen a lot of that. I don't think I gave it a good go with just land signs by itself or whatever. But that could be a source. Like I said, it limits you a little bit, but. And as far as obviously you can do stuff virtually, but if you're willing to put let's just say you bought 200 signs and you put them out. I'll say you put maybe 100 of them out in the city. If you leave in the decent city, and then the rest of them, you're going to put it out in multiple counties that's around that market or whatever, that other 100. I think that would pay dividends, over time for sure.
And they'll stay out a lot longer.
Yeah, especially when you got on roller, they may stay up years.
Yep. Yeah, we said that. Ricky Hughes says, "Hi Ty, why you got my man Torian so angry on the animation? Why is that?"
Oh, he like it.
It's fine. It's fine.
Hey, that's the photo I pulled down.
That's the photo.
That's the screenshot I pulled down or whatever. So,
Bonafide BME. Welcome to the live. I have a 5-acre lot in the Central Valley in Cali, looking for a buyer.
Well, it's hard to do anything without an address. People send me stuff all the time, and I just send them a reply back. What's the address? I wish I was a what do you call it?
Mind reader
or whatever. I wouldn't be in the real. Trust me, I wouldn't be in real estate if I could do that. I got this bigger fish. It's bigger fish I can fry. I can read minds.
Right. That would be a valuable. Oh, that would be better than AI. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be better than anything. You're literally a god at that point, man.
Like you get on the phone with somebody, be like, I already know what you're thinking. Like,
yeah.
That's a deal, right? BJ Johnson, what's going on, Flip Man? I don't know why that keeps going on. I'm looking to buy a specific number for my real estate business. It isn't owned, but I don't know how to buy this specific number for my local area.
I used to be in that game when I used to work at Bell South, which is now AT&T. I don't even know how that works, man.
I don't know now.
I don't know how that works.
You used to be able to call AT&T and ask them for, they would charge you extra if it was available. But I don't even know if they still do that.
Yeah, I don't even know how that works, man. That's a question you ask ChatGPT or Gemini.
I get it. Things have changed.
Yeah.
But that was the last one, Ty. Oh, no. We have a infield lot. This is in South Bend, Indiana. This is in Instagram. 503 Blaine Avenue. They want to get comped. I don't know why this one.
503.
Yes, Blaine, Blaine Avenue. And that is in South Bend, Indiana.
Home of the Notre Dame Fighting Irishes. College town. There's the lot. So let's see what our thing here says. What they say. They say it worth $7,000. All right, so let's see what my boys say here. Let's see. Oh my. The world keeps turning. Oh, it doesn't offer any AI assistance as far as a value. Aha. All right, so let's see what my other guys say. All right. Let's see what they got going. Now it's going to be hard to find. That's the only thing about them.
That infield.
Yeah, that's what I don't like. So, so it's okay. So it's off of this. Okay, so cool. All right, I think I found it now. All right, so what's their name?
Betterly, Suzanne Betterly.
Betterly, yeah. There she go, right there. Okay, so they saying 8 grand. So there you go. It ain't much. So something like this. Let's see if there's any sale activity here in the area. All right. See how close can we get? Yeah. How big is it? How big is it? Oh, it's small, boy. Ooh.
Very small.
Yeah, it's small. You think it's small? All right. So, yeah, that now these also I'm not gonna count those. These are a little bigger. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm say that 8 grand is probably a good number. As far as the value, we got some low stuff here, a little higher. As far as an actual value, so I'm trying to, in an area like that, it's obviously the lower price area if the lot is selling for that much. I'm trying to see if I can get it for 1,000 or 2,000, maybe sell it back to somebody for 5 or 6 or so.
Cool. That was the last one. And Gemini always says, great show, very informative. Thank you for all you do.
All right, no problem at all. No problem at all. So yeah, so if you want to get on the alert list, text the word DING, D-I-N-G, 205-964-5243. Obviously, today's topic was about cash buyers and how to get those guys. You can text the word. I'm sorry, I got another link up here for that. You can text feed, FEED, to 205-964-5243. And probably start doing a little more content on text messaging. So the tool that I'm using, so you can go to text2flip.com. That's TEXT, the number 2, flip.com. But if you want to access it and we send you the link, just text SMS. So Scott, Mary Scott, SMS to 205-964-5243 there. You can still join the Flipman Partnership Network by texting the word ship to SHIP as in Paul, the 205-964-5243. And that'll get you over there to start networking and getting some questions answered directly from me. All right. So we appreciate Tony joining us. I guess Chevo will be back on Wednesday. And thanks. And we will see you guys on the FLIP. SID.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Yeah.